Hi, this is Matthew Frederick, and this is my bullying lesson. So my lesson is going to be aimed for probably 10th to 12th graders. I just feel like at ninth grade they're going to be doing too much anyway, and they will be more establishing their understanding of research papers, so it'll be better to give them a year to get that all down before we get into this research paper. So, as previously stated there, I am planning to do a research paper regarding bullying and its effects. My students want to find reliable resources and to formulate a well-thought-out essay regarding bullying and how to support students being bullied. The paper will culminate in small group or class-wide seminars seeking long-term solutions that can be brought into the school and the community. The time frame that I'll be using is 3 block schedule days, so 90 minutes per class. The reason I'm doing block schedule is because the school I will be teaching at next year utilizes a block schedule, so I felt it would be more appropriate to just aim it at something I could actually do. Now, to break this into a regular 50-minute class, it would just be a week's worth of 50-minute classes, preferably starting on Monday, ending on Friday. So the purpose here would be to educate students on bullying, its effects, and possible solutions and support for students being bullied. So we would the materials the students would need here is going to be access to the internet and some type of writing thing. So I'm going to be using Chromebooks. My students will have access to Chromebooks, so I will make sure they have those. And as you'll see as I go through my days, I'm going to be doing most of the stuff for this in class. I feel like by making it an in-class assignment, I will have less students that don't do it, and I will also have more opportunity support. And then a big thing is that not every student will have access to a computer and to the internet. So by giving them time in class to do these kind of things, I hope to make it more accessible and a more realistic project. So day 1 will be introduction of the lesson and discussions on bullying. So some questions that you could ask, that I might ask, will be things like, has anyone here been bullied that would like to talk about it and how it made them feel? Now, this is a really sensitive question, so I would have no pressure for my students to speak, and I make sure they feel safe before presenting this question. And upon the, if anyone is willing to, upon their talk about what they went through, make sure they feel comfortable and safe with what they've talked about. And then another question that could be asked is something along the lines of, has anyone here witnessed someone else being bullied? And looking back, what would you have liked to have done to stop a bully or support the student? I feel like this, hopefully the way this is worded, would not put pressure on my students to feel like they had to do something or they are let down by not doing something. Instead, kind of how would you go back and redo it if you had the opportunity? So from here, I would show some reputable sources and go over how to spot a credible resource. I'm hoping that in the freshman year they will have some good experience kind of going through and finding reputable sources and distinguishing what is a credible source and what is not. But I feel like it's important to go back over that and kind of make sure they know, .govs, .edus, .orgs are all good places to get information, but to be aware of things that seem like they lean to a certain direction or that they are skewed in some way or another. So from here we would talk about some of the statistics and what is considered bullying and how we can support people being bullied and how we can kind of be an advocate and an ally to them. The students would take the rest of this class working with me and together and on their own to kind of select which facet of bullying they would like to be focused on, and I can possibly help them find a focus if they are having a hard time picking something. I would like to make it either, they could try and cover bullying in general, but I feel like it might be easier to cover facets of bullying, such as like cyberbullying, physical bullying, things like that, and how they can dig deeper into just those individual pieces of bullying versus jumping into the whole subject of it. So day 2 would be a work day in class to continue the research and develop a paper, and then they can continue to see me with issues and questions and concerns. It'll be more of an individual work day. Their homework for this day and falling into the next class will be to begin considering how they can reduce bullying in their community and increase awareness. And then day 3, we're going to have a big discussion class-wide regarding possible solutions to bullying, if there are any, and how to support the bullied. They will use this discussion here to develop the last section of the research paper and come up with potential real-world solutions to bullying and real things that they can bring into their community and into the class. So the way I laid this lesson out was the 3 days would be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They would be in class with me. So this would be on Friday. They would have the weekend to finish this paper. Hopefully I would be able to get them the resources they need to do so, and if not, I'm hoping I can direct them in the right way. If not, have them already totally complete by the time I leave class on Friday. But this paper will be due on Tuesday, so they will have time early in the week to come back and work on it if they need to. So that is my lesson, and hopefully it will go well.